Okay, so pretty much we're just going to go over the instructions, the directions, and there's a 7-point system that Matthew came up with. Cool. All right,
All right.
so we're always going to do this is before we even go through the 7-point system. Always go to your forex calendar. So forex factory we always use, and make sure you look at the calendar. We don't trade anything with the red folder, as you already know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then second step is always go to finviz.com, which is get your forex strength. Okay, so when
Which
you go
one
to
is it?
it's
Oh, Finviz.
finviz, yep, .com, right? And then it's gonna come like when it pops up. This is the home screen, right? It's gonna pop up like this. It's gonna look a little weird, and then if you just go all the way over to forex,
Mm-hmm.
right, and it'll show you the strength of each cross. So it'll show you the strength of the U.S. dollar, Japanese yen, all the major crosses. Boom.
Got it.
Boom. All right, and then that's when we can get into the cash wrap. So you're of course, you're just gonna go into your hourglass. Nope. Cool. All right, so we're gonna go to hourglass. Right now, since like I said, the market is closed. You're not gonna have the signals, but the signals will be up right here onto your right here for
Is
you.
the harmonics, my bad, harmonics and the hourglass, those are two different strategies, right?
Yeah, those are two totally different strategies. Harmonic
Oh,
is more the traditional forex, and then hourglass is binary options or
the HFX.
HFX. Yeah, high frequency. So what's cool about this one is that your signals will come up here, right? When the market's open, and it'll be a green or a red next to it, plus the cross. So this is EuroCAD that's up right now. So it'll have EuroCAD, right? And then most likely, since looking at the last movement right here in this area, so it'll have EuroCAD, and it'll be green because it's looking for a buy, and it'll be EuroCAD buy, and then it'll tell you how long ago it actually called the trade out. Cool. And
Yeah.
then what minute it called the trade in. So right now I'm on EuroCAD 15-minute. Most likely it'll be like a 5-minute call. So they called it EuroCAD. It'll be 5 minutes, and you're looking for a buy. Okay. So what's cool about the new one is you see these little dashes at the bottom and above
Okay.
price right here.
Hold on, maybe I have to zoom
These
in a little
dashes
bit.
right
The one
here.
that's where the breakpoint.
Yeah. So see this dash right here, right?
Okay.
Matthew Thayer actually drew out support and resistance for you,
I'm not. I don't have those dashes actually.
and that should load up for you. It might be just because it's a closed market. So these little dashes will load up for you though. All right, drawings. Okay, so even if you don't even have those, right?
Okay.
If you're in the Bollinger Band, okay, we see Bollinger Band, we see price is breaking and touching the Bollinger Band. You see the call for a buy on EuroCAD, right? So we're looking for it to go up, right, in a 5-minute call. Okay, so let's find a better, this one right here, right? So we're looking for the price to go back up into the Bollinger Band. Okay, so we see this candle. Most likely you're gonna see this candle when it's freshly called. You'll see this down candle into the Bollinger Band, and then so the next candle we're looking for that buy, right? And how we do that, we go through the point system, of course. Okay, 1 point is if you get a green arrow. So what happens is, just gonna find that arrows. So what'll happen is, right, you'll get a green arrow right beneath here. Let's make it green. All right, so you'll get a green arrow. So that's indicating the buy. So that's 1 point. All right. So
When the blue candle's touching the green, the teal, right?
yeah. So you'll see the signal to your right. you'll look for the actual signal with the arrow. So if you get the arrow as a buy and the signal over here is a buy, that's 1 point. Okay. So the second point is it touching the Bollinger Band or is it piercing the Bollinger Band? Price is piercing the Bollinger Band, right? Because it's touched, right? So that's point number 2. Right?
Points touch. All right.
Right. And is it at support and resistance? If you don't have the dashes, you're gonna have to mark them out. Right. So is it touching support and resistance? So I put a support down here. And of course, you know how to find support and resistance. It's by multiple wicks in the same area. Right?
Yeah, at least three, right?
Right, at least 3. We have multiple wicks in this area. Right? We have multiple wicks in this area. So you have a wick here. That's 2. Right? And then 3. If you go further and further, you got 4, 5, 6. So you have enough, so you know that's support. Right? So that's 3 points. Right? Matthew Thayer says that 3 points is good enough to get it into a trade. Right? So that's a good trade. Right? So 3 points is good enough to get into a trade. That's good. That's a good trade right there. But for it to be a great trade, so that you can get 8 or 9 out of 10 trades correct, right? We want all 7. Okay? So the next one we're gonna line it up. So we get here. Get that vertical line, right? So we're looking for a buy, right? If we're looking for a buy, we want the B at the bottom of this stochastic support line here, right? So we got a B, right? So that's another point. That's 4, right? We want your stochastic. So the stochastic is going to be the actual next one under the B's and the S's.
Okay.
Cool. We want this.
Stochastic.
Stochastic is at the bottom of that one.
And you said the B's got to be on the bottom?
The B's got to be at the bottom, so that when that B pops up, that means it's a good buy. So all B stands for is buy. Cool.
And then, my bad, yeah, can you go over the, sorry, no, finish this one, and then can you go over the third and the first one? Because I was writing shit.
Yeah.
The third and the first point?
Third point is price at green Bollinger Band. So you see this green Bollinger Band that we got all the way across, right? Is price at the green Bollinger Band. That's a point.
That's the same thing as the second one, right? When it's touching the Bollinger Band, or?
No, that should have been currency strength, the second one. So one is green arrow for the buy. 2 is currency strength. So is euro stronger than the CAD? Cool.
All right.
3 is price at green Bollinger Band.
Got it.
All right, and then you said we're gonna go over 4, right?
The stochastic, the B's on the bottom.
Got you. So 4 is price at green support. So when we're live and you get in these green support arrows, these green support areas right here, I put a support line right there where it is, right? And it's at a green support. I'm gonna move the arrow down a little bit. Thank you. Right, so if you move the arrow down a little bit, there's a green support line, and I drew down a support line as well, knowing that it is at support. And if you even look to the right, what did it do when it came back down to this Bollinger Band?
It broke down.
Yeah, and it bounced right back off the support again before it actually broke. So it came down, touched that support line again, bounced up before it came back down. And you gotta remember, like, you would have won this trade over here to the right as well. Why? Because we're only in the trade for 3 to 5 minutes, right? And this is a 5-minute chart. You would have won this trade. You're only in that trade for 3 to 5 minutes, right? You win this trade because you're only in the trade for 3 to 5 minutes. Cool?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, where we're at? We're at point number.
5.
We're at 5. All right. So is the B? All right. Does the B pop up at the bottom of the stochastic line? And yes, it does. All right. The B pops up at the bottom stochastic line. So that's another point. That's 5 points. Underneath that one is the actual stochastic, okay, indicator. So when it crosses, so what we wanted to do, we wanted to kind of cross underneath the green dashes for a buy and then come back up. So we want it to be turning up. But it did touch the bottom of the stochastic. So this dotted dash here. So we did touch it.
That's the support line.
Yeah, for the stochastic. Yep. So we did touch it, and guess what it's doing? It's pointing up. All right. So that's another point. Okay. And then this bottom one right here is the RSI. Right. So we want it to do the exact same thing. We want it to cross below and then come above the dashes, which it actually did. It crossed below and then came above. That's another point. That's a 7-point trade. And as you see, we would have won this trade if we were in it. Perfect example.
Hold on, let me write this. And then you said the RSI's got to do the same thing, right?
RSI, we wanted to do the same thing. We wanted to either touch the bottom of the support line on the RSI and come back up, or cross underneath. So like this one was like really good, and you see how it turned back up, right?
Yeah.
We kind of wanted to do that, but as long as it comes down here and we're going back up, cool.
Okay.
So that's a 7-point trade. So especially now, just starting out, we want to have. I know Matthew Thayer says 3 points is a good trade, but we want to at least have 5 to 7. 5 to 7 points before we get into a trade. Cool.
Got it. So let me just go over what I got. So for the 7 points, you got to hit the green arrow. You got to hit the green support line, not the support line, but yeah, the Bolger line. The second one is the currency strength. The third one is going to be the touch. It has to touch the boulder bands. The fourth one is on the stochastic line. It has to be B on the bottom or S for the top, whichever one we're looking at.
Yep.
And then on the stochastic, on the actual stochastic, it has to cross and come back up on either the support or the resistance, and the same thing with the RSI.
Yeah, so we were just going over the buy. So just for the buy, we're gonna write down this stuff for the buy, and we're just gonna write down just for sell.
Right.
Just so that you get the muscle memory of doing it.
All right.
So
and then so I have 6 points. What was the 7th?
Okay, so it should be one should be green arrow, right? So you're gonna look over here. You see your call, right? You see an arrow up. Arrow up indicates buy, so that's 1. All right. Currency strength, that's 2. Price at green Bollinger Band. So prices has to be here in this area. Right? Price has to be here at the Bollinger Band for a buy. This is for a buy. Price is at your Bollinger Band. 4, green, price is at green support. So we have those little, like I said, we have these little dashes right here, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking for a buy. So we're looking for it to be at a green support. So it's at a green support, and it's at the green Bollinger Band, right? So it is at support. Remember, the Bollinger Band is nothing but support and resistance as itself as well. Cool.
Got
okay.
it.
And then we go down to these indicators. So for a buy, we want it to be at support of stochastic, right? And then you want this B to pop up. Another indication for buy. That's 5. All right. 6 is the cross up on a stochastic. So we had it touch here and it's pushing up. Stochastic is pushing up. And then 7 is crossed through green RSI, right? So it's at the bottom here, and then it comes down and it crosses it back above on the RSI.
Okay.
So it's 7.
All right, got it.
Cool. All right. So now let's look for a sell on here. Cool. Found a sale already. Let me zoom in. I don't like that one. One you can actually see. All right. So say EuroCAD, you see this on your right panel, it says sell, right? Yeah, sell EuroCAD pop up on the panel, right? So we're looking for what? We're looking for a red arrow down. So that's point number 1. So it'll pop up just like this. Come on. So you get a little red arrow down. Cool. So that's point 1. Currency strength. So instead of the euro being stronger than the CAD, right? The CAD will be stronger than euro, right? So you can actually see that on Hourglass, but I want you to go back to FinViz and make sure that's true, right? So what you'll see, instead of the euro being stronger than the CAD will be here and euro will be over here somewhere, right? So say that's not euro, that's CAD, and then euro will be that way. So we're looking for sales when it's like that. Cool.
Got it.
Oh, that's point number 2. Price is at the red Bollinger Band. So price is where? Right here. Price is at the red Bollinger Band. Green. Price is at the red Bollinger Band. Right? That's 3. So 4, price has to be at the red support. So right here where you see this, so this one's further out. If you see that right there. You see this one's further out, so you can kind of see it. Right.
Yeah.
So when you go live, it should pop up like this. You have a support line and it's red. Right. So where this markup is, you have a support line and it's red. Right. So that's 4. All right. So we don't have an S, right? But we're looking for an S, right? Did a horrible job of drawing that S. There we go. There we go. So we're looking for an S at the top of the stochastic, where that green line is. So we're looking for an S to pop up like this. Right here.
I got you.
Cool. Then we're looking for a cross down, right, on the stochastic. So let's line this up. All right, so we're looking for a cross down on stochastic. We didn't get that on this one, right? But you know what we want it to look like.
You wanted on the cross. You wanted to cross over the top, the resistance, and come back down.
Yeah, we wanted to be coming down like this, pointing down. Right. And then on the then number 7, exact same thing. We want the RSI to be crossing down. In actuality, it did cross down, and then when we took this trade, it had probably been in here, but it had been pointing down.
Yeah, it was on a downtrend.
Yeah, it'd be pointing down, but we wouldn't count those as points. So you had 1, 2, 3 points. So you could have took this trade, right? But it only had 3 points to be, in real life.
Yeah.
There'll only be 3 points. So you could have took the trade. It wasn't a perfect trade, but you still could have took it. You still would have won. So.
Got it.
All right. And that is as simple as it gets. So other than that, you just need to start working on marking up charts on TradingView. All right. Finding your support and resistance, or you can start working on here, right? So you can. What I love about this is you can still go to the different time frames. So like the 15, right? Go to bigger time frames, looking for support and resistance, and mark them up. Find those wicks. All right, you got multiple wicks in here. So that's a resistance. All right. There you go. So that's a resistance right here. This is the resistance. And just keep practicing working them up. And the more and more you do it, the faster and faster you'll get at it, and you won't even have to do it all the time.
Okay, I got it. So basically, if it's like within those, like I'm saying the cones as far as the red resistance and the green support, if you see it touching the boulder, those lines, like let's say you see right there, it's writing the like those cells. What is that at 6? They're writing down the blue, just pretty much. After, like if I have my points, those would always hit up cells because it's writing down that path, right, of that Bolger line.
Yes, sir. I mean, just make sure though that you're doing everything. Make sure that you get all your points in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
Just so that it makes it easier. You're not in here like, well, the indicator doesn't work. It does work. You just gotta be patient.
Yeah, rather doing like a blind call or a blind trade than actually having it. Okay, I get that. And then hold on. So right now, how you were saying, oh, you have the no signals for now because you, like I said, with yours. Oh, okay.